So our life is precious and it's rare. Now, it's funny because we don't tend to think of human life being rare, do we? Because everywhere we look, people have got one. Yeah. So we don't feel like, well, it's rare. Yeah. But this is very interesting if we think about it. Like, one person can own many cars. One person can own many houses. One person can replace all sorts of things that they lose. Yeah? So like for now in modern life, our mobile phone's very precious to us, but if we break it, lose it, drop it down the loo, whatever, we can replace it. Yeah? So if you just think about all the material things that you find that are precious to you, we can replace them. Yeah? We can have many of them if we have the economic means to have them. So a rich person, can have many, many things in this world. But even the richest person alive can only have this one life. Yeah. So of all the things that we have, this one life is rare. Yeah. So it's just beginning to, because we forget this, don't we, I think. We're so busy. We don't think, actually, this opportunity is rare. I have this one life. Yeah? And when it's drawing to an end, this life, we can't borrow another one. We can't extend it. We can't remortgage it. We can't negotiate. That's it, isn't it? We have this one life, each one of us. With its good and its bad in it, but this is our life, and this is the only one we have. Yeah. So from this point of view, then we have to say human life is rare. It's rare because we only have one. So then we have to contemplate deeply, well, what do I want to achieve with this human life? What do you want to achieve? Yeah? Because it will end at some point. It will definitely end at some point. This house, this hall goes back, we think, to the 16th century. So if you can imagine how many people have walked through it. Yeah. And they're all gone now. And they all had a life, and that life ended. So this life that we have is rare and it's precious. And so we need to really think about, how am I going to use it wisely? Yeah? And it's not, how do I use it wisely in the future? We're funny, aren't we, human beings? We're always planning for the future. What I'd like to do in the future, what I hope to do in the future. Yeah, this idea. But what about now, this minute? What about when we're with our family, when we're with our friends, when we're at work? What about when we're having to deal with normal human things like sickness and ageing? Right now, this minute, how do we get the most out of this life? Yeah. So this, it comes from a wish to. Yeah. So this is what we're doing. What I'm doing is I'm giving you the contemplation for the meditation. Yeah. So when we sit down, we do a breathing meditation, we settle the mind, then we start thinking in the way that I'm talking. Yeah. So we can start to think, with this life, I can solve all my human problems, yeah, by developing peace of mind. I can learn how to be of benefit to others, because the more peaceful my mind is, the more clear my mind is, the more calm my mind is, the more wise my mind is, then the more I'll be able to benefit other people. Yeah? So I can fulfill my own and others' wishes. Because our wish is to be happy. So always, that's the only wish we've really got, is to be happy. But we can fulfill this, yeah, by training our mind throughout our day. So we have to come to the conclusion, this is my human life. This is my human life. It is rare, it's precious. and it's meaningful. If we want it to be, we can have a meaningful life. You know, I think sometimes we think that a meaningful life is, you know, like somebody who's made a great name in history. You know what I mean? And they've had a beautiful statue made of them or something. You know, if you go through museums and art galleries, there's all sorts of statues of people who've done wonderful things, you know, or Madame Tussauds or whatever. You know, so we tend to think to have a meaningful life, it's got to be something like that. But it's not correct. You know, to have a meaningful life is a life that we get great meaning out of. A meaningless life is a life that to us has no meaning. So it's just a decision, isn't it? I want to make my life meaningful. How can I do that?